What's up guys, YST here and welcome back to another Raid Shadow Legends video. And today, we're going to be showcasing Nogoryo, an epic nuker from the Shadowkin faction, which fun fact, he was a fusion from 2022 and he hits harder than many players may expect. But he's also going to be episode 2 to a series I've created going by the name of Secret Weapons, where I'll be breaking down all of the underrated hard-hitting champions in raids, and I'll be making it into a playlist format so you guys as the viewers can navigate those and maybe see some hidden gems out there from these champion lists. If that does sound exciting, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and I also need your guys' help in the comment section below to let me know who do you feel should make the series list and ones that you feel are just looked upon as sub-tier or mid-tier, should I say. I'm actually really interested to see the champions that you guys feel have some value. But okay, Nogoryo, what's so good about him? Why did he make the list? Let's get right into it. Well, firstly, the aesthetics, amazing. Like, I love the mask. I actually asked Raid if they can send me one of these. They didn't say no. I just didn't receive anything in the post. I was upset that day. Cried a little bit. It's all good. But on the A1, with the double Kamas, attacks one enemy 2 times and places an extra hit if this champion is under an increased attack buff. Each hit also has a 20% chance of placing a block active skills debuff for 2 turns. Now, in a traditional scenario in the arena, maybe paired with an arbiter, you get that increased attack on, therefore you'll be enabling this extra hit, making it a 3-time hitter, which could be good for Rotos, right? Or simply just getting that block active skills on a specific target, as it's 20% per hit. On the A2 with the Abduct by Night, he attacks one enemy and places a block buff debuff for 2 turns, which is pretty decent but a single target, and if this champion is under an increased attack buff, will steal all buffs from the target before attacking. And he's actually got some really good uses for this. Now, some top tier epic champions that kind of manipulate buffs in a sense could be a GENBO the Dishonored, where he decreases the cooldowns, right? Or the duration of the enemy buffs. But in this situation, he's stealing buffs. Granted, he's under that buff, so stealing them and then placing a block buffs can have a lot of value in the faction wars, right? Or simply for single target champions in arena encounters. Maybe like a Valkyrie or a Duchess. Granted, you've got the accuracy stats to make this work. On Faster Than the Eye, actually it kind of lives up to the name a little bit. He does it so quickly, it's like, what just happened? Everybody's dead. But he attacks all enemies and decreases the cooldown of this skill by 1 when attacking under an increased attack. Very similar with the rest of the theme of this champion. And you might see there's not actually a way of him placing the increased attack, apart from this Murderous Lust passive, where he will place it on himself for 2 turns whenever an enemy's HP drops below 30% and this buff cannot be removed, so basically becomes protected, but it's on a 3-turn cooldown. So, you know, if you're going into the Doom Tower waves or whatever that may be, or the faction wars, and let's just say you get a target down, you have to wait 3 turns before you can get an increased attack on, maybe for the next wave, right? So just something to pay attention to. If somebody else is triggering this passive for him, and then he's leading him with the AoE, on the next turn, it might be hard to proc this to get the maximum damage out of this champion. But briefly head into hellhades.com, just so you guys can get a glimpse of some comparison epic champions. Not going to compare to everybody. You can see here, this is the page for GENBO the Dishonored, a phenomenal epic champion from the Shadowkin as well. But his AoE ability, so the Heartless Blitz, which is his money scaling one, he attacks all enemies and has a 100% chance of decreasing the duration of all buffs for 1 turn, and this effect cannot be resisted on critical hits. Which is really nice, but the multipliers on this is at a 4. But the upside of somebody like a GENBO is Void Affinity, kind of get those weak hits, right? And also does increased crit rate, increased crit damage, and then grants an extra turn, so you can build more damage into this champion, right? And because it cannot be resisted with the decreasing of the duration, it might alleviate some of those accuracy stats which you would need on Nogoryo, right? And also, he ignores unkillable buffs. Like, that's amazing for Skull Crown, Leorius, Auto Swift Parry sets. So there's a lot of value coming out from GENBO, right? Now, if we just head into Nogoryo, you can see that his AoE ability is on a 4.5, so sitting just above GENBO the Dishonored in terms of damage output. but he doesn't have that increased crit rate, increased crit damage, ignoring conditions, and he does kind of rely on having increased attack to get the full fulfillment of his kit. So pairing him with it, it's not a big deal. It's a traditional thing we like to do in Arena, but it's just something to be wary of, right? But yeah, one more thing I wanted to show you is big shout out to Saf. He kind of put a little damage comparison here for me. So a Magna, amazing HP based nuker, is sitting at the top just slightly above Nogoryo, as you see here. And then also, right here, Nogoryo sits second, slightly below the Magna, and GENBO that is honored are before Nogoryo. So in terms of epic nukers, Nogoryo's up there, guys. Definitely up there. But once again, he is that magic affinity. He is easier to kill than a Magna because Magna is really tanky in the way that you build him. And all of these things do have to be considered when choosing your epic nukers. Can we get it off? YST? Technical difficulties. There we go. So, okay. Back to the champion. In terms of the way that I built him today, we've gone for a lethal gear, which you can get from the Dark Fae. Really good gear set. And I do entice everybody that can do the Dark Fae to get this. And this will give us crit rate plus 10%. Helps us out a little bit. But also ignores 25% of enemy defense. So we're looking for that all around the board. We've got crit damage. We've got attack percent. I put attack percent on the boots because I do want to see his damage capabilities here. Although I have built him in a hybrid build for accuracy as well. We got speed. We got a bit of accuracy in there. We got some attack percent. Crit damage on the amulet. And then accuracy on the banner. And overall stats, we're sitting at decent HP for survivability, 5.6k attack, which is relatively high, 175 speed, which usually for my nukers, I'm looking for about 185 or so as a baseline. Just couldn't quite get there in this build, which is fine. 100% crit rate, 250% crit damage, and I've also implemented that accuracy into this build. Now, what I do want to add to that is, for players that don't care about the block buffs, you don't care about the stealing of buffs or whatever that may be, you can just go pure damage if that's what you're relying on. But if you do want to use this stuff for like the faction wars, it's worth bringing it in. Masteries, if I just move myself out of the way, it's going to be going down to the Helm Smasher, of course. We've got a bit of Ruthless Ambush in there. We've got Whirlwind of Death, which is very good for the Doom Tower or faction wars, for instance. Increases his speed, right? And then we've got Cycle of Violence, trying to reduce the cooldown of those random skills. And then Methodical for his A1 skill as well. And then we've gone for some accuracy stats just to try and add to his accuracy, right? So that was the gear, the stats, and the masteries and everything that I built on Nogoryo. Now let's just go and try this dude out. Now, first thing I want to test for you guys is the Nightmare campaign. And I want to show you how exactly that passive is going to proc, because for anybody that doesn't understand, it doesn't have to be him to trigger a champion down to 30% to give him that increased attack, okay? So what we're going to do is with Leorius, we're going to get the target to below 30%. And now if we just see here, Nogoryo has got his protected increased attack, meaning that the enemy team cannot strip this from him. So it's kind of important to know stuff like this for faction wars, because if you want to utilize this increased attack, you might want him to use a separate skill, maybe the A2 to trigger that, and then lead into the AoE, or simply make another champion do it for him, so he can come in with this big nuke and sit down the enemies, right? But he can actually do Nightmare campaign on his own. In the build I've got currently, I would recommend a bit of extra speed in order to make it happen. But let's just get some food champions in there. I don't know. Anybody here? I don't know. Let's put Raglin in. I've been trying to rank up all my legendaries. So you can see here, Nightmare campaign. He'll be able to do a pretty decent job here. Doesn't matter if he dies, fine. A1s. Come through here, the AoE. Nice. Big hits coming out there. Alright, we got another AoE here? Alright, so we got the triple hits from Lord Shazar. We should be good, and there we go. So I've seen as low as 17 seconds. Really comes down to, you know, having better speed on him is definitely going to be useful. Some more survivability. But in this one here, we're not going to be seeing 100% all the time because of how slow that he's going. But we'll try that one more time. Just see it in action. There we go. Come through again. It's mainly that allure. Like, the allure hits really hard with that Hellfire Blaze or whatever it's called. It's a big hit. Like, look at that. We get some more cooldowns in. You can see here he's getting on really low. And boom. Nice. So we came through it again. Pretty decent time. 20 so seconds. C-Talk was definitely faster, but I think his build is a little bit better. Next up, we will be going into the arena and stuff, but I want to kind of show you the fundamentals of this champion. So we're going against floor 80 for now, just because I don't feel like we might be able to get full control on 120 in this team. Because I really want to see the coroners put the buffs up, which is nice, and also see him do the mirror copies, the block active skills, and how you can utilize him in the Doom Tower in many ways, right? With his skill set. Of course, bringing in an increased attack champion will definitely be beneficial, but we will be getting that value once they drop below. You see that? Increased attack is now active. 127,000 damage, pretty decent. Let's see if we can trigger the stealing of the buffs. Oh, he's used it on the other champion. Okay. We'll try to still get it off. I don't think we will be able to. But usually we'll be able to come through with these waves, pretending this is a man-eater. We will go over to the test server to do Shadowkin faction wars later, because it's not open in the live server. So we're coming through here. Nice. We'll be killing the mirror copies, gaining full Terminator control, and he can do some decent damage here, right? Nice. We've got the block buffs up as well. So you can imagine, like, if you're needing block buffs for a certain situation, whether that be a boss or just in general against specific targets, it can have a lot of value for your team. We'll just let this one play out and see how much damage that he came up with. So the boss has just dropped below that 30%. So now he's got that increased attack on, which is pretty nice. Get some more damage output. And I believe that you cannot steal Perfect Veil, but you can remove it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that I've been told that in the past, which was news to me. Because right now we could have stole that Perfect Veil, which would have been nice. But unfortunately, it's just not occurring. Alright, there we go. Sorry comes through and he whopped out with actually the second highest damage here, outperforming Royal Guard, which is pretty interesting. But of course, most of that damage would have been coming out from the waves themselves. But it was more about just trying to show the fundamentals of what can happen in a Doom Tower encounter. Now, if we just head in for a damage test, I know a bunch of you guys like to see this stuff. We'll go up against stage 20 with a team like this. And let's see how much damage output he can really put in here. Now, remember, he is not fully built for damage. He has got a good damage gear on, but he's not like a 7,000 attack or whatever that may be, right? So we're doing a perfect scenario. I know a bunch of guys aren't going to be using his team here. And we're going to come through with the AoE skill. Who's ready? Can we one-shot it? So I'm seeing 207,000 damage as kind of a peak in this current build, which is pretty nice from that AoE ability there. Now let's try that again with the A2. See how much damage we can pump out. I'm pretty sure they've got pretty good AI skills here. Here we go. Now, oh, wait. Oh, no, 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 no. No, no, no. I should have blocked it off. I should have blocked it off. That one didn't get a weaken either. I wanted to try out the A2 single target, which is pretty hard hitting as well. Got to make sure that I... okay, click up auto now. And then we're going to go for maybe Tyrell or somebody. So 200,000 on the A2 as well. So pretty decent numbers around the board here in terms of damage output. So let's just go into the arena now. And let's see if we can take some teams on. How much damage can we do? We'll break him up into some different teams and see what damage capabilities come out. Start with this one here. So we're just going to reset the cooldowns here. We've seen a lot of Stone Skin today before when I was prepping this video. Drop attack, drop defense. So this is the perfect case scenario, right? We're not forcing champions to drop below a specific threshold. We are using increased attack from the Arbiter. And then we're placing drop defense from our Madam Ceres. And now we should be in a great situation to potentially one-shot everybody here. Nice. Some decent damage coming around the board. We love to see it. Should I try a different team like this? Yeah, let's try something a little bit more tanky. There is some force affinity in here. There is some block revives, which can be tedious. Oh no, we got the True Fear on. Just reset their cooldowns a little bit. Alright, they're all going to be going for Nogoryo, which isn't nice. Shall we try it? Ah, we got True Feared. We got True Feared. And we're getting stunned. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. We got block revived. No, take me out. So next up, let's try against this team as well and see how much we can do here. So we're going to go for a very similar thing. Increase attack. Drop the fence. And we come through with a full AoE nuke. Nearly. Pretty decent around the board here. Let's get it on full auto. We're going to see some revives as well, which should be interesting. Let's try kill the Pythion. Nice, we stole the buff there. See that, guys? I actually want to try and show that in a more in-depth way. Let's see if we've got another Go Second team that we can really take advantage of. Maybe a comp like this could be nice. Because I'm pretty sure the Mithrala is going to resist what we're trying to throw their way. Nice. And let's try and steal. Well, there's not really much to steal here. Let's just try go for a A1 first. Can we place the proactive skills? No, we don't have enough accuracy for here. This is one of the problems with these, you know, debuff nukers like Leorius and Nogoryo. It's like trying to get everything you want into one build can be a pretty hard task. But for nukers and stuff, most players don't build them with high resist, right? Okay. Now we could try and steal that from Duchess, maybe? We could try it. Oh no, she's run out of it. We could try from Harvest Jack though. Here we go. So we stole the buff and we killed him. Nice. Okay, so we've just got ourselves in a situation now where we cannot kill the Mithrala Lifebane with our free support champions. So we're just going to hand it over to him. But we did manage to show what I wanted to with the stealing of the buffs and stuff. Really interesting. Alright, so next up, we're going to try a team like this with the Valkyrie. With a comp where we can kind of stop them from doing what we want them to. But stealing the buffs could be really interesting in this comp, right? Granted that we get some out. So let's just lock them out for now. Can we steal the stone skin? I'd actually be interested to know that. Let Valkyrie go. Nice. Yeah, a bit of Hex on and miss a Duchess Lilitu. We won't use that for now. So Kanjaphon is there now. And because it's before attacking, it shouldn't be affecting his affinity disadvantage, right? Oh, look at that. We stole a bunch of buffs from that candy. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. We'll keep a Necra down for a little bit. Can we get a sleep off? Yes, we can. We've got Sheeps. I was actually banking on that reset there, so this could become a little bit detrimental. We don't have a lot of... You have to go with the nuke. Wow, sit down. But we managed to get a lot of what we wanted to off there, right? Get some Hex here. Oh, we're going to get absolutely shredded. I guess we should revive now. But Candy is might be able to cut in before my Yumiko. Oh, he didn't. Nice. Reset. Yeah, you can kill Yumiko. No problems. Let's try to steal all the buffs from her. We got a block buffs on her, though. That's cool. Now we should be able to come through with a big nuke. Bow. Remember, guys, you got no drop defense in this comp as well, so. And finished. Nice. How much damage did we end up with there? 138,000 damage, but this is a really tanky team. I'm pretty sure anybody that's using Nogoryo won't be facing champions of this caliber, but to see the potential of all of his kit is what I really like to shine, and the ways you can utilize it within a battle. Everybody knows the, you know, increase attack, drop defense, nuke. That's like a traditional comp, but it's really cool to see the universal value you can bring. Let's just try to go for like one of those big nukes that I'm talking about though. Drop attack, drop defense, boom. Oh, there's Shaman. We don't like Shaman. You guys like Shaman? And any more teams we could do? Ooh, Nishak Vermin Lord. Maybe stealing the buffs from Helicath could be fun. That could be really fun. Or we kind of just put the wrong team in here, but it should be fine. Drop attack, drop defense. It's fine, you can place the weaken on him. Come through with the big nuke, Nogoryo. Here we go. Love that animation. He's got some bombs on himself. Nice. Slice and dice. Find one more team. It'd be nice to see like a full out one shot. That's what I'm banking on here. Drop attack, drop defense. I definitely need to get more speed on my Nogoryo. Now everyone's taking like 50 turns before he gets one. We got unkillable on there. It would have been nice to try and steal that, but it kind of enables 2 turns in order to make that effective, right? This could be a fun team to kind of counter the bombs. Maybe take out C's and put him in there. Counter the bomb teams. We go first choice and second choice. So we're going to let them basically go first, place the bombs on ourselves. That's fine. And then from here, we can cleanse it off with Marishka. There we go. Put a bit of protection on ourselves. Increase attack from Mithrala Lifebane. And the big nukes. Kapow. Look at that. It's a pretty cool team, right? Nice little synergy with Mithrala Lifebane. Sometimes I forget about the increased attack that she brings. It's really strong. If you could have only one of the 3 legendaries being Lydia and Mithrala out of those 2, which one would you guys rather have? It's just an off-topic question, I guess. So I've just come off the test server from capturing this video footage for you guys to see its overall utility in the faction wars. And you're going to see all of the value. Look at that wave clearing abilities. We've got the Torogi the Frog to pair with him as well in order to protect against the boss itself. Also pairing up with my buddy Genzins, you know, they wanted to get in on the action today. Block buffs going out on the Steel Skull, pretty nice. Maybe if the man-eater puts some unkillables up, you can steal that from a selected enemy, and then you can get through and kill them one by one just to speed up the process during these encounters, right? There we go. You can see there, protected increased attack going out because we managed to place it by getting those targets under 30% thresholds. Boom, boom, boom. We just need that ally protection to go up from the Torogi the Frog. I believe he does at this point. There we go. And this is going to allow us, even though that he's got the fear, he's going to be getting hit. We're getting protected. Therefore, we're not going to be dying, right? I can't remember if he actually dies, but you should be able to see some forms of damage coming out here. Double protection there. It's a pretty hard boss, right? Without the ally protection in there. Well, there we go. He actually did drop down. Unfortunately, he was the target for this one. But we can still see like the damage output that he had on the waves. Ooh, there we go. I think one more hit goes through. Big shout out to Zachary for the sub on YouTube, by the way. That's just popped up from the notifications. Legend. So leading into the actual wave for stage 20 now, I've just put in 3 champions because I felt like he was getting outperformed a little bit by some other champions in the past one. I want him to be doing all of the works and stealing all of the buffs, right? Wave 2. Drop the fence. Some hex in there. We just need that increased attack to go out. Would be nice. But remember, it's on a 3-turn cooldown to get it. Boom. And we got some weak hits going on there. Got the fence. increased attack goes out, and this is the problem that I was trying to tell you guys. Now on this next wave, because it's on a cooldown, when these targets get below 30%, you have to wait until somebody else gets to it. As you see there, we got them below, but because of the last one, we couldn't actually get it up. But we did place that block buffs though on that champion, on the rush guard the tower. And there we go, there's the increased attack now. So it came in just in time. Ooh, and he just dropped down. He just dropped down. He tends to drop down last second, so having some extra support in there would help. But pumped out a decent amount of damage, almost on par with Mishinaki in this situation. And then for this final one, I believe I put in a full team. I can't remember what I was doing here. Oh, I put in Sachi. I was going for full epics, maybe. Unless Genzo makes it to the list. What was we doing here, Wisty? You literally just did it. Jing 1? Did I go for Jing 1? Oh, I did. Okay. But yeah, guys, on that note, that is going to be all for today's video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Is this somebody that you've built on your account? Is it somebody you're now considering? Or simply, is it just somebody that maybe you just don't need another nuker on your account, right? But definitely a really cool one. He was obtainable from a fusion in the past. And for anybody that's had him sitting in the vault, I thought he'd be a really cool one to add to the secret weapons series, right? If you do want to check out some more videos from this series, it will be in the playlist linked in the description below. And I'll catch you guys in a video soon. Peace.